The NFL draft is days away. I've got one final mock draft, so let's get into it.
Welcome to the Rines Report with your host, Tristan Blake Rines.
The NFL draft is this Thursday, airing on ESPN and NFL Network at 8 p.m. I'm going to be missing a few things. Of course, the live engagement, seeing the players walk across the stage, getting their jerseys, shaking hands with the commissioner, all the good stuff, as well as the fans onslaughtingly booing Roger Goodell. It's become an NFL tradition at every year's draft, it seems, to boo the commissioner. And look, I'm excited for the NFL draft. I'm sure you're excited. I'm going to be breaking down a few of the 32 picks I've made for the first round, the final mock draft. I'm excited. You're excited for the NFL draft. Let's just hop to it. Picks 1 through 5, the Cincinnati Bengals taking the Heisman winner, Joe Burrow. Number 2, Chase Young going to the Washington Redskins. Number 3, the Detroit Lions taking Jeff Okudah, cornerback out of Ohio State. Number 4, the New York Giants going offensive line, Jedrick Wills out of Alabama. And number 5, Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback from Alabama, going to the Miami Dolphins. So in my last video, I had the Giants taking another offensive lineman, Tristan out of Iowa, but this time I'm changing direction. I'm putting the right tackle from Alabama strictly to the New York Giants, a pure offensive tackle, likely one of the best offensive linemen in this NFL draft. The Giants trying to keep Daniel Jones upright, get the offense moving a little bit more. An offensive line help in New York seems to be incredibly important. Hoping that Nate Solder's going to keep working out. Hopefully that, he's going to have a rebound season. Last year didn't work out too well. But putting Jedrick Wills on the right side is going to give them some more help offensively. I think it's a great move. And I think the New York Giants aren't going to overthink this one. And they're going to take Jedrick Wills. Numbers 6 through 10, the LA Chargers taking quarterback Justin Herbert from Oregon. Number 7, the Carolina Panthers taking Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker from Clemson. Number 8, the Arizona Cardinals taking defensive lineman Derek Brown. Number 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Javon Kinlaw, South Carolina defensive tackle. And then number 10, Andrew Thomas to the Cleveland Browns, another offensive lineman taken off the board. So let me explain why I think the Jaguars are going to take Javon Kinlaw at number 9. I think they're going to try to get back to the defensive presence. Again, I talked about this a lot in the last video, but Jacksonville will likely be going towards the defensive first team, the defensive superiority, and getting younger, revitalizing the entire defense seems to be the direction that they're going to want to move in. I think Javon Kinlaw would be a great addition to pair with, Josh Allen, their first round pick last year out of Kentucky, who panned out to being one of the defensive rookie of the year candidates. So Jacksonville going defense at number 9. Javon Kinlaw seems to me to be a good fit there. Picks 11 through 15, the Jets taking CeeDee Lamb. Number 12, the Las Vegas Raiders going speedy with Henry Ruggs out of Alabama. Number 13, the San Francisco 49ers taking Jerry Jeudy, also out of Alabama. Number 14, Tampa Bay taking Tristan Wirfs from Iowa, the offensive tackle slash guard. You put him wherever you want, gets more protection for Tom Brady. And at number 15, the Denver Broncos. If they aren't able to trade up, obviously there's going to be some changes before draft day. Even on draft day, I think the Broncos, if they stay at 15, replacing Chris Harris Jr., getting CJ Henderson out of Florida. So why would the Las Vegas Raiders want to take Henry Ruggs out of Alabama at, one of their top 15 picks? Well, I think it makes a lot of sense because the Las Vegas Raiders classically are a speed and aggression type of team. I think Henry Ruggs fits the bill. John Gruden looking around the division, seeing Tyreek Hill and how the Kansas City Chiefs are using him, maybe potentially molding Henry Ruggs to fill in a very similar position for the Las Vegas Raiders, getting them a bona fide number 1 wide receiving option for whoever the quarterback's going to be it Mariota or Carr, come regular season. Picks 16 through 20, the Atlanta Falcons taking Patrick Patrick Queen, linebacker from LSU. Then the Dallas Cowboys back-to-back with the LSU linebackers taking K'Lavon Chaisson, the edge rusher. Number 18, the Miami Dolphins taking Mekhi Becton, the big offensive tackle out of Louisville. Number 19 and 20, back-to-back corners, the Las Vegas Raiders going AJ Terrell out of Clemson. John Gruden has a history of taking guys that have appeared in national championship games. I don't think it stops in this year's draft. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars taking another corner, Jalen Johnson out of Utah. So the Dallas Cowboys taking K'Lavon Chaisson out of LSU is going to just double, triple, quadruple down on the edge rush, pass rushing prowess of the Dallas Cowboys. In my prior video, I thought they were going to go defensive back here if CJ Henderson was still available, but in this mock draft, he's not going to be. I think the Cowboys are going to look at their pass rush situation. They went out and tried to get Aldon Smith. That shows a sign that they want to continue to get better pass rushing. If you have a really strong pass rush, a really strong front seven, then your secondary doesn't have to work too hard to play a lot of man coverage all the time and allows them to make some more plays. I think K'Lavon Chaisson, opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence, makes a lot of sense here for a team that wants to be aggressive in that front seven. Picks 21 through 25, Philadelphia taking Kenneth Murray, linebacker out of Oklahoma. They've got a lot of needs, especially at the wide receiver position, but you can't really miss with Kenneth Murray at linebacker. Number 22, the Minnesota Vikings taking the wide receiver Justin Jefferson out of LSU. Number 23, the New England Patriots going to go quarterback for the first time in the first round under Bill Belichick, getting Jordan Love. Number 24, the New Orleans Saints going to go linebacker and Zach Bond out of Wisconsin. And then at number 25, the Minnesota Vikings going back to the cornerback position once again in the draft, getting Jeff Gladney out of TCU. So like I mentioned, it'll be the first time I think that the New England Patriots are going to take a quarterback in the first round under Bill Belichick. Jordan Love seems to have an incredibly high ceiling, a lot of potential, and whether or not the Patriots really like Jarrett Stidham as their quarterback, maybe get a competition going. I think Jordan Love had a rough 2019 season, a lot of changeover at Utah State, but the potential is there. The ceiling is high for Jordan Love, and I think the New England Patriots are going to recognize that and go out and get their quarterback potentially of the future. Pick number 26, the Miami Dolphins going out and getting a safety in Xavier McKinney. Number 27, the Seattle Seahawks going out and getting another edge rusher in Yetur Gross-Matos out of Penn State. And number 28, the Baltimore Ravens going out and also getting another pass rusher in AJ Epinesa out of Iowa. The Tennessee Titans at number 29 also going to go out and get a defensive lineman, Ross Blacklock out of TCU, interior defensive lineman presence to replace Jarrell Casey. Number 30, the Green Bay Packers going out and getting a receiver to complement Devontae Adams, getting T. Higgins out of Clemson. Number 31, the San Francisco 49ers replacing the loss of DeForest Buckner via trade to the Colts and getting Raekwon Davis out of Alabama, interior defensive lineman. And then to round out the draft, the Kansas City Chiefs adding another weapon on the offense, getting DeAndre Swift, running back out of Georgia. So I think the Miami Dolphins make a strong pick here, getting Xavier McKinney at number 26 out of Alabama. Obviously, they went out and they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick, formerly of Alabama as well, another Crimson Tide alumnus. And I think they're going to get better on the defensive side of the football. I think McKinney fits Brian Flores' style of defense. He's going to be the cherry on top of a secondary that already has Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. The rest of the defense got better throughout free agency, as well as the offense entirely. And the Miami Dolphins make some big moves this offseason, potentially a lot of really good moves in the first round, and I like the Xavier McKinney pick right here at 26. And then the defending Super Bowl champions picking at 32, taking DeAndre Swift, in my mind, is a huge acquisition for a team that didn't even have a running back eclipse 500 yards last season. You add another weapon into an offense that Andy Reid seems to have perfected here. I think the Chiefs getting DeAndre Swift is another cherry on top of an offense in Kansas City. So that's the final mock draft. I'll likely be uploading a first round reaction this Friday, so you can watch that before rounds 2 and 3 commence on ESPN, NFL Network, wherever they're gonna be hosted. And look, I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited. We got a lot of stuff going on this week in the NFL. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of trades, some acquisitions, some movement, and of course, I'm gonna be talking about all sorts of stuff come the next video this Friday. So thank you so much for watching. You check out my last video. You can feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share, get the bell on to know every single time that I'm dropping another video. Feel free to follow me on social media. All of those are in the description down below, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Adios.